Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for stopping by the channel. I'm your host, Justin Lloyd, and today we're gonna cook some beef short ribs. It's gonna be awesome. Stick around. So here we have some beef short ribs, which aren't the same as the big dino bone ribs. Those are called beef plate ribs, beef short ribs. Let's get these bad boys open. Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot of fat on these. That's one of the reasons they taste so delicious. We'll just go to the back side here. I like to keep the membrane on, but I will score it. That membrane actually holds the beef ribs together. Now, you've seen these in the grocery store before, and typically the way you see it is that they're individual, half this size. So they'll take the bandsaw and run it down the middle like that, and you'll have these little tiny beef short ribs. Thus the name, beef short ribs. Now, we do want to get rid of some of this stuff. So if there's some silver skin like that right there, let's go ahead and remove that. Make sure you have a sharp knife. See, some of this stuff you can pull off. Look at that. And that's just not going to render really well, right? We don't want that on the beef rib. Careful not to cut down into the meat. There'll be a pocket of it right here, a pocket of fat. And then underneath that, you'll see the silver skin, which that needs to be removed as well. Another reason we want to remove all of this fat and silver skin is so that the rub gets onto the meat. You can see down in there, there's a lot of fat that kind of goes down into the meat. We want to keep this as aerodynamic as possible, but we still want to get rid of that hard fat, so it's a little bit of a conundrum. And you'll see there's silver skin under there. We need to get that removed as well. You may think, wow, that's really tedious. It kind of is, but especially that seam of fat right there, really need to get rid of that. It's hard and it's just not going to render down. Feel that seam right there. If you're cooking barbecue, you shouldn't be in a rush anyway. That's just gonna burn, so we'll take that off, kind of square this up a little bit. Okay, I think that's about as much time as I want to spend on that today. Now today we are gonna use a binder. I'm gonna try to add a little hot sauce flavor. Check these guys out. Link in the description box below. I ordered a variety pack of this stuff. It's really good. There's a video that I did. It's my last video actually, where said, do you need a binder? Do you not need a binder? And then the ribs without the binder was my favorite, and here I am using a binder again. But this is really to see if it imparts any flavor more than anything. Yeah, it smells good. I'm gonna go ahead and get the back just to say we did it. Okay. So this is Elijah's Original Hot Sauce. They are out of North Carolina. Kind of a neat story, so do go check them out. And I know those of you that follow this channel regularly are used to the old Casks-n-Que proprietary blend, but today we're going to use some Goldie's brisket rub. I was fortunate enough to get to go down there with a buddy of mine and had some of their barbecue, and it was delicious. So I picked up this bottle of rub. All right, here we go. Oh, let's get the backside just to say we did. Not going to spend a lot of time on it. There we go. Boop. Okay. Nice even application here. Man, that smells amazing. And I'm going to go pretty heavy because I want a good bark. Try to get the sides there. Pat it in. We're going to let this sit for about 20 minutes while we get our blaze Kamado fired up over there. We're going to use some lump charcoal and cherry wood. Whoops. Turns out I lied. I got leftover coal in there from the last time I cooked, and maybe a chunk or two of cherry, but I'm going to top it off just a little bit with some Kingsford briquettes. And we're going to throw some of these cherry chunks in there for good measure. Now spread those coals out evenly. Normally I'm a lump charcoal kind of guy, but I switched it up this last cook and went with some briquettes. So hopefully I don't die. Handy dandy tumbleweed fire starters. it doesn't light the same if you don't do the sound effect. True story, it's science. We'll let these tumbleweeds do their thing and we'll be back. All right, folks, the old blaze flies in November. Come on, man. All right, got the blaze Kamado fired up. It's about 275 degrees right now. So let's get this rack of ribs on there. Oh, man. All right, there we go. So we're just gonna let this take a smoke bath for about 3 hours. We're not even gonna take a look at it and we'll be back. Okay, so we're about 2.5 hours in on our cook. Let's take a look at the ribs. All right, we've been rocking between 275 and 290. Oh yeah, got some good pullback on the bones, as you can see. The bark is starting to set up nice, but I think we need to spritz it. So let's go ahead and hit this with some apple cider vinegar. Just a regular old spray bottle will do. Okay, so that rack of beef ribs, it's probing at about 165 and has a good color, so let's go ahead and get them wrapped up. Uh-oh, losing a bone. Ooh, hot, 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 hot. Let's go ahead and give this a spritz. Back onto the smoker. Okay, we're about at the 6 hour mark. Let's take a look at these ribs and see how they're probing. All right, let's see what we're looking like. 180. 180. But it's probing like butter. Yeah, I'm gonna call these done. All right, here we go. Let's cut into this guy. Oh man, that's tender and juicy. It's looking good. Let's take a bite. Here we go. That might be the best bite of barbecue ever. Peppery, salty, smoky, juicy, tender. Amazing. Yep. So oddly enough, I can actually taste that binder. The Elijah's hot sauce is pretty evident. It's really good. It's got a lot of heat, pepper, salt, smoke. It's juicy, tender, everything you want in great barbecue. So if you like this video and you like what we're doing over here at Casks-n-Que, then go ahead and like, subscribe, and smash that bell. It helps us out a lot, and we certainly appreciate it. You gotta try this at home. It's easy, takes a little time, but oh so worth it. Hey, thanks for sticking around. We'll see you next time.